Elysium movie review starring Matt Damon. You know, the guy from Titan AE. He's also in other stuff too. And Jodie Foster and Charlton Copley, that guy from District 9. Okay. So the movie's pretty good. Not as good as District 9, but it's a pretty decent flick. At least for an action movie, it's pretty good. It's definitely science fiction in the classical sense, where it's trying to sort of have this important social message that has something to do with real life. But I've heard a lot of complaints that maybe it was a little too heavy-handed, not very subtle. It's definitely not subtle. You figure it out like in the first second. If you haven't seen the trailers, you'd figure out like what they're trying to say in like the first second of the movie. It's pretty obvious. So Matt Damon's really good in this. Okay, he brings humanity and I guess you could say intimacy to a very large story. The special effects are really well done. So there's something that I have to compliment the filmmaker Neil Blomkamp on. He apparently did special effects before he started making his movies. It is pretty interesting though, how movies, at least in the last year or two, it seems like the special effects have been getting really quite good for a lot of different kinds of movies. Even really terrible ones are having good special effects. So that's pretty interesting. Here's the problem. Jodie Foster plays the villain. I'm sure Jodie Foster's a fine actress, but what a cartoon character! Jeez, Jodie Foster is the most cartoonish villain I've seen in a while. I've seen some pretty cartoonish villains in movies in my day, but jeez, was she silly? She kind of reminded me of the villain from James Cameron's Avatar. You know, just totally evil, but like almost but they like the way they act, like just silly. Like, I get it, they're evil. Yeah. Okay, and then Charlton Copley's like her little soldier pal, kind of, and he's kind of ridiculous too. He's insane, but yeah, not a big fan of Jodie Foster in this one. She kind of brought it down, maybe half a rating, maybe a whole rating. I don't know. She really wasn't very good in this movie. I'm not sure if it was just the way the character was written, probably a combination of that and her actual performance with an unnecessary British accent that makes her seem like a mustache-twirling villain, only she didn't have a mustache because she didn't grow one. She probably could on Elysium. So basically there's Earth and Elysium. Elysium's like a gosh dang satellite in space, but it's also kind of like an artificial planet because it has its own artificial gravity and artificial atmosphere, yo. Okay? And basically, all the rich folk, the 1%, get to live on Elysium. Everybody else lives on Earth. Which, by the way, it's the near future where everything's shitty because we didn't take care of Earth. And kind of like what's happening now. And, yeah, so they definitely weren't subtle about that. The class, sort of, thing that's going on in the world, especially in the United States. And, there's a few more, metaphors that are pretty blatant and, obvious. Immigration. Elysium, going into Elysium is like crossing the border going from Mexico and to the United States. It's clearly what they were going for there. So there's that, and then healthcare, which kind of goes also with the, with the other two, sort of metaphors. Like, yeah, like only certain people can get like good healthcare, whereas like everybody else, nope. If there's a chance to save you, you don't get it because you don't have enough money. Sorry, have fun dying. So, basically, if you're a Republican, don't see this movie. I'm just kidding. Everybody go see the movie. I want it to do well. It's pretty good. Yeah, but if you're a Republican, I don't know if you'll like this movie. And, so yeah, the movie's pretty good. I did think that, Elysium felt a little underpopulated. Maybe that's just because, they only show you, like, one house. One house in Elysium. Maybe it's just because there's only a handful of rich folk. But it did feel a little... It didn't feel like they showed enough people on Elysium. And the action scenes are quite good, but there were times when it just got a little too shaky, and it was just... Oh, okay, man. Calm down. So when you get, like, a slow-mo scene, it'd actually be nice, because it's like, ooh, I can perfectly make out everything that's going on here. And it's not blurry at all. Which, normally, I'm not a big fan of slow-mo. In this movie, it helped, because there were scenes where it was just so fast-paced and blurry. It was like, he's over... Wait, no, he grabbed... Ah! But, yeah. It was pretty good. Let's see, 8 out of 10, maybe? 8.5? I don't know. It's not a 9 or a 10, but it's like on the... It's just below a 9. But, like, it's 8.5, something like that. So, that's my review. Auf Wiedersehen.